Not live yet. Now we are. We're live right now.
All right. Thank you for that, Charles. Welcome, everyone, to another episode of Our Parents' Basement, a podcast that apparently never misses a beat. We are so glad you are joining us again for another episode. We got some new stuff to talk about this evening that is mainly all video game related. So, of course, I'm excited. And I think this little motley crew of gentlemen is excited as well. So, let us introduce everyone as we usually do. I am Philip. I'll be hosting for the evening. And with me, who gave us that, wow, who has some barking company, and who also sang for me before we went live and after we went live, is Charles.
What's
Charles, you're
up?
making me lose my train of thought already. How's it going, Charles?
I'm good. I don't know. The dogs are barking. There's probably a leaf blowing in the yard or something, and you got to protect us from it.
Dogs are barking. You're singing.
Yeah, there's probably a bag that threw past the window, and they saw it, and they had to warn us of the danger of the plastic bag that's coming towards us to kill us.
It's like that movie, American Beauty. Where like the guy was like, oh, the bag, it's dancing. Like, shut up, dude, it's a bag. Anyways, Charles, glad to have you here. And we also got Turf. Turf, how's it going this evening?
What it is, just happy to be here, gentlemen. Just happy to be here one more time at Our Parents' Basement.
Thank you. Yep, of course.
It sounded like you said, like, we've got Turf here as a question. Like, is it really?
Well, like, he looked a little distracted for a second there.
I was just a wiggle distracted, but
a wiggle distracted.
Just stand by. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming.
All right. Well, should we get started, or should we kind of like?
Well, let's just go ahead.
Let's just end it now. We're done. Thank you for listening.
Okay.
Tonight.
God damn it. All right. So, so welcome once again to both of you. Glad to be here. Tonight's topic is, like I said, it's video game related. And we are going to talk about something that all gamers need to. Well, hot damn. We're going to hold off on that. We have a special guest. Retro Eric is here.
Boom.
Can you hear us? Okay.
Oh.
No, we can't. You can hear him, and if you're listening to this audio only, know that he looks as handsome as always. And I would keep saying,
surprise!
Jesus. And also, Gomer Pyle showed up.
Oh, my
that was
goodness.
Goober. Was that Goober? No, that was
Citizens
Gomer.
arrest! Citizens arrest!
I swear, it's like, you good now? We have dogs. We have screaming kids. We have singing. Has there been dancing yet today?
I can bring that on.
There we go. Those who are audio only are missing out on.
All right, back on topic. Back.
Well, can Eric hear us? Well, we'll catch him up eventually.
And Turf just threw his keyboard across the room, I think.
Yeah, it's bad when I lose track. Anyway, so tonight, like I said, it's a video game related topic, and this inspiration for this topic kind of came to me maybe about 2 weeks ago. I was playing a game on PlayStation 2 called Ghost Hunter, and it was a fun game. I enjoyed basically every minute of it. Good action, good story, good voice acting, that whole stuff. And I got to the end of the game, got to the final boss, and this final boss was a total jerk. Like, basically, the controls in Ghost Hunter are a little wonky, a little sign of the times, if you will. And as a result, I started to get frustrated. I kept on losing, and I was like, "That's it, I'm done. This game is too hard. Forget it." But then I had an idea. Wait a minute. Maybe there's a cheat code I can use. So I found this little cheat code, put that in, and I won. I beat the game. So tonight on Our Parents' Basement, we're kind of gonna take some inspiration from that. We're gonna talk about difficult games that are meant to be difficult, and we're going to talk about difficult games that are more, the term we often use is broken difficult. We're going to talk about maybe some cheat codes that we use to make the difficult undifficult. We're going to talk about cheat devices like
Oh, and
I'm
Cash
here.
froze.
Hey,
Oh,
can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Hey, all right.
all
So,
right. Well, since we lost Philip, I'm going to go ahead and pick up where he left off. We're going to talk about cheat devices, the Game Genies, the Game Sharks, things like that. So,
and I'm back. Sorry about
there
that,
he
guys. So it was just like it. Like as soon as I was in my introduction, all of a sudden the thing just said "aw snap" and something went wrong. You know that Google image with like the broken looking file folder?
Yeah.
I got that for some reason. Anyways, I'm back. So that's it. That's the topic for this evening. Hard games, hard that are meant to be hard, hard that were not meant to be hard, and ways to overcome the difficulty.
And
Oh, God.
what an opening 5 minutes for our podcast.
God, I am worn out already from this 5
Train
minutes.
wreck.
It's like, whew.
If you guys just subscribe to Our Parents' Basement, I apologize. We are usually a little bit more polished than this, so don't judge too hard.
We're like a finely polished turd.
We're not. We're good. Damn it. All right, so this topic, let's get into it. I just mentioned Ghost Hunter, PS2 game. Not hard per se, just a difficulty spike near the end. What about you guys? Let's get into it.
Well, when I think hard, first thing that comes to mind is always Nintendo hard. You know,
that's a common term we hear a lot.
Right. You know, we're generally retro gamers, even plus modern. So whatever, we play all the stuff. And
Yeah.
when somebody says hard games, first thing I go to is like the old school, like Castlevania, like the old school Nintendo hard. That game, it's still fun. It's still one of my favorite games, but it is a very, very difficult game.
Yes.
Oh, very difficult. Absolutely.
And I don't think I've actually fully passed Castlevania.
You need to take your time,
yet.
man.
Yeah, it's originally I've gotten up to which level am I in? I forget. Like I've been playing on the Famicom Disk System, which is nice because you could save it. Which is nice on the Famicom Disk System. You could see it has a save state. So, but
I can't recall. On the Nintendo, did it have passwords at least? Any way to?
No, it had 3 lives and you start over.
Yeah, and you can continue 2 or 3 times, and after that,
I don't even remember. I think it's 2 times. I think that's right.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
I'm thinking, playing, The Last of Us on Survivor mode, which is pretty tough, but I can still pass it. It's still relatively easy. It's not as hard as like going through these Mega Mans or Castlevania or Contra. Contra I can't get past the goddamn first level.
Those are all easy games.
All right, Eric. What or
Batman?
Eric,
Daddy.
What's a hard game for you?
There is no hard game for me.
What
do you think you're doing?
But how about Dancing with the Devil in the Pale Moonlight? Is that hard for you?
Yes, it is.
Jesus.
My kids like putting I do the
Bat Dad?
Bat Dad, yeah. They like when I put the mask on. And my little one, he'll hand me the mask and I'll put it on and then I'll do the voice. I think, what do you think you're doing? And then he'll just get this scared look on his face.
Oh my word. We are roaring start here. Anyways,
but we're having fun. Yes. That's all that matters.
Yeah, I'm having a great time. Don't get me wrong. Hard game for you. What about you, my friend? Special guest.
Man, you're pressing Castlevania's easy, Contra's easy, Punch Out's easy. What's a hard game? I would tell you what, I was playing Gremlins 2, the new batch. That's a hard game. I can't get past the 2nd level.
Seriously? You just hadn't put enough time into it because that's Castlevania is way harder.
Hey, Castlevania I can beat pretty easily.
That's what Contra and Castlevania I can, because I put a lot of time into them.
Yeah.
I've had them since they were new, and I've put a whole lot of hours into those games, and I'm good at them.
Battletoads
is one of those games.
Like
that's borderline broken hard.
I can get all the way to I was at level 10. It's where you're going up the pyramid, and then that's where I always screw up. I fall off.
You're better than me. I can't. I've never been able to beat that without the Game Genie. It's impossible. I can do the turbo tunnel, and what's the one right after that? Is that the ice one?
Yeah. I actually use the warp though. I passed that one, and I go to where you're surfing on the surfboard and you jump in the logs.
Right. That once again, that game, that I've got these broken down into several categories, and that one I think deserves a remake because the first level of Battletoads is phenomenal. The second level, when you're going down, it's still fun. Then the third one, you get to the turbo tunnel, and it's just stupid hard. It makes you want to throw the controller and break it against the wall.
Well, Nintendo controllers are so durable, you probably break the wall before you break the controller.
That's why they were so durable, because they made games like that. They had to be, or they'd be falling apart. I'm just not. I don't know. The turbo tunnel it made it where it wasn't fun. You had to memorize it. You had to practice it before you could get it right. It was beyond that level of difficulty that was like rewarding.
Yeah, there's a lot of games that were like, you have a challenge, you kind of overcome it, and you feel good about your skills as a gamer. But then there are those challenges where it's just like, why am I even bothering? This is borderline impossible. It's just not fun anymore. You know, part of the fun of gaming is the challenge and overcoming that challenge.
Yeah. Well, and when you pass that, you get that feeling of reward. You know, it's very, I guess, I don't know. I guess I'm a stupid dog. When, you know, you give me the little treat and I'm happy, I'll do whatever. But if that reward isn't worth the time and effort it takes, then I'm out.
Sure.
Yeah. It's like what are the ones games that I think, you know, is a hard game. It's, I don't know if it's not really broken. It's just hard. You know, Star Voyager. You know, it's not one of the best games, and it's a really difficult game. I don't think I played that one. Through.
It doesn't have any like instruction though. I think that's why it's difficult.
Yeah, it's just you have to fully read the instruction manual.
Like, here you go, play.
Like you're just, you know, my grandma.
Was it on Nintendo?
Yeah, it's an NES game.
Made by
I didn't play that one either.
Made by Acclaim.
Oh wow!
It was my grandma got that for me for Christmas, I think, one year.
Cool. So it's one of the hard games where it's like it's not broken hard, but just challenging.
It's just pain in the ass hard. You know, if you don't know what you're doing, you're gonna hate the game.
Gotcha.
There's a lot of those that could have benefited from maybe not a tutorial or at least a level to lead you into what you're doing. There's a lot to that. I know I was supposed to read the manual, but I don't have the manuals for a lot of them. So, yeah,
it's all right. It's all good.
Not everyone is complete in box cash.
No.
Well, it was when you first bought it, but you know,
it's somewhere. I know I have it somewhere.
I just thought this is a little off topic, but I just wonder, like, I don't need this manual anymore. I know the game. Throw away.
I did this.
You were so dumb. Anyways, reading the manual does help, but sometimes even that's not enough. Like, I played some really just complex games that are hard, and they're meant to be hard, and even with the instruction manual and some tutorials, you need like a 4-year course in undergrad to understand what the hell's going on. You need like a thesis on it or something.
You got a bachelor's of arts in Battletoads. So.
Hell, go for
Battletoads. Kind of is simple by design, isn't it? I mean, A is to jump, B is to fight, but it's the way the levels were set up, you know.
To get in the running is with you have to do the dodge, or not the dodge, the charge against a lot of people.
Yeah, it's Nintendo's nice because pretty much all the controls are pretty much the same for 99.9% of the games.
Right.
You know, which, you know, I don't remember which button does what. I just know what to do.
Yeah.
Have any of you guys played Silver Surfer on the NES?
I
don't.
Don't.
It's horrible. It's got bad controls and it's broken hard. What is it? Do you get 3 lives? Is that it? And then no continues, nothing, and 1-hit deaths.
That sounds terrible. It's brutal. You might as well rename that game Game Over. Starring
I don't even have the game, the physical copy. I got the ROM though. I never played it though.
It's not. Don't waste your time.
Don't.
Would the nerd do a video on that?
Yeah. Any of these bad games, Angry Video Game Nerd's done a review of it.
Yeah, but he said Friday the 13th and Elm Street was bad, and I actually kind of like those games. So,
well, everybody's got opinions. They're like belly buttons.
That's a very PC way of saying that.
Well, I try to keep it PC because I have a child with an earshot. So,
Charles, you can swear if you want to.
Another one that I think is kind of broken hard, which I was really excited to get, and I wanted to play it. And I sat down. I'm like, cool. I get to is Captain Planet.
Really?
The nostalgia got me, dude. I'm like, oh, Captain Planet. This is like in my early days of collecting. I'm like, this is gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
And I got it. And the sprite, your character. First, you start the first half of the level. You're flying the eco jet or whatever they called that thing, and you're gonna stop the bad guy from doing the pollution. But the sprite is so big, it takes up. It seems like maybe like an eighth of the screen, which an eighth sounds pretty small, but when you're dividing a TV screen into 8 pieces, it's hard to dodge stuff. And there's like pieces that you think are in the background, and they're not the background, and you ran into a tree. That's man, I wanted it to be really cool because I wanted to have a blue mullet, but I never even made it past the first half of the first level, so I could be Captain Mullet, Captain Planet. It just didn't happen. With our powers combined, we can make a horrible game.
Wasn't it like it sounded like New Kids on the Block did the theme song for that song too.
Oh, God.
It was very, very 90s. Everything about that was like 1991.
Huh.
Gonna take pollution down to 0. You're talking about that song, right?
Yeah,
like that.
New Kids on the Block. That same music.
That's the Kids on the Block. That sounded like a woman's. I thought that was a woman singing. He's our powers magnified, and he's fighting on the planet side.
Dude, you're awesome for knowing that.
I haven't seen Captain Planet in forever. It used to be on Boomerang, and sometimes, I always fall asleep with the TV watching. We'd be watching Boomerang, and 2:00 in the morning, we wake up, and I'd wake up, I'd be thirsty, and like, oh, Captain Planet's on. I started watching Captain Planet.
I never understood why they just didn't like those Planeteers. Well, except for Monty, he sucks. Why the first 4 wouldn't use their rings just to wreck shit? I mean, there's a villain. Okay, blast him with some fire, some water, some wind, and crush him with some earth. Heart. Fuck that guy. But sorry, there's children around.
It was like the Care Bear of
he was the Care Bear.
Another game that I've got kind of under my broken hard category, and this is another NES game that, in theory, it's a really good idea. You take different parts of different games, you're going to put them together, but the Adventures of Bayou Billy.
Sounds fun.
Yeah, it like in theory, the first level you're gonna punch and kick stuff, and then you're gonna shoot, and you're gonna fly or drive the Jeep. It sounds awesome, right? Different kinds of games mashed together. No, it's not awesome. You like to fight a crocodile, you got to hit it like 20 times without getting hit. So
it's one of the bad Konami games.
It was just too difficult. If they would have toned that down and made, balanced it out a little bit, I think it might have been decent. It's just so hard that it's not fun.
And I don't think they knew what they wanted to do with that game. Like, okay, let's make a platformer. Okay, let's make a over the top shoot 'em up. Let's make it a rail shooter.
I think what they wanted to do is what they did. They wanted to have all these little pieces of one game and put them together and make one game. They just did none of them well. Yeah.
You just reminded me of another game on the Sega Saturn that's kind of like that. It's the same character. It's called Mr. Bones. You play as a skeleton who sings the blues, which is awesome. He's got a great voice. Yeah, but every level is different. Like the first level, it's kind of like an on rails outrun enemy skeletons. Then like one level is you're hopping from ice cap to ice cap so you don't fall through. One level you're playing guitar for the audience, which is sweet. In one level you're doing a comedy show. Thing is though, like the levels that aren't kind of gimmicky like that, they're really difficult. Luckily, you have unlimited continues. So
we got to stop. Yeah. How do you put doing a comedy show into a video game? You're like, hey, why did I not cross the road? Because I didn't have the guts.
The Sega Saturn has 6 buttons. Like each button had like an order of jokes that are kind of chosen at random. It's like, what's the difference between a skeleton and a zombie? And then he would say something. Then if you hit the right button, he'd be like, no bones about it. I don't know. And then they'd be like, ha 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 ha, and you would proceed. It was kind of stupid, but kind of clever at the same time. I liked it.
What is this game called?
Mr. Bones for the Sega Saturn.
I say it was like going to college.
I was gonna say right now, Facebook sucks.
Facebook sucks.
Wait, what?
I'm trying to post the hangout or the live show, and freaking Facebook on each Edge and Internet Explorer is just like freezing up. I'm trying to put it on the Midwest Retro Gamer page and say, hey, come and hang out with us, but it's being stupid.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Turf Bayou Billy kind of sounds like that. A bunch of little games in one, none of which are, well, Mr. Bones is okay. Bayou Billy just sounds broken.
But it does have, a cheat code where you can actually level
select.
Yeah.
Survive.
Which is but
let's talk about that.
I gotta figure out I forget what the code is, but is it the typical Konami code for that one? I haven't done it in a while.
I don't even remember. I didn't play Bayou Billy enough to tell you.
It's out there, America and world. You could find that code, and and choose whichever you want to do. So you just hop from one level to another, which is I think that is the way to play it.
I can never get past the crocodiles. They always killed me.
Right, because they took like 20 hits.
I know. I didn't even know you had to use the gun for certain. There was the second or third stage. I didn't even know you had to use that.
Well, you couldn't use it on the crocodile yet. And then try to get the bat.
That's a stupid herd game.
So you don't recommend that one then? It sounds like.
No.
It's got fun portions to it, but it's a niche game where you could play a light gun and you could jump from one thing together. If you want to experience all of Nintendo's possibilities in one game, get Bayou Billy.
They needed the power pad. They needed we could use the power pad as part of it.
Yeah, they had to put
the power pad, the gun, the laser scope, everything.
There probably is a power pad function in there. We just don't know it.
Fire!
All at the same time.
You got to be going on the power pad and just shooting at the same time.
Run from the crocodiles, use the scope, shoot the
Well, while using the
it felt kind of fun actually. I'm not gonna lie.
While using that infrared controller that they made. Who made that? Was that Clay made that one?
Have the power glove in the right hand. Be able to punch them, shoot them.
I've got a zapper in one hand, a power glove in the other. I mean, business.
You'd be the coolest kid around.
Don't mess with me, man.
And what's sad is that we're nearly 40 and we have all this stuff and we're still not the coolest kids.
No.
Boy,
I think
we're not near 40. Shh.
All right. So does anybody else have anything for games that they just are just broken hard?
Geez, I could name a few. Seventh Saga for the Super Nintendo. What else? Unlimited Saga for the PS2. It's a fucking stupid game in general.
Probably
Charles, you got any?
Probably First Samurai for the Super Nintendo.
Okay.
It's a weird game. It's hard. I haven't really gotten past the first level in it, but it's got some funny moments, and if you lose your sword, you got like, oh, my sword. You have to go fighting till you get fighting. So like, oh, my sword. And you lose it. Oh, my sword. Which it's a weird game, but it's I don't know if it's. I think it's pretty broken hard.
Yeah. Oh, another one that's kind of broken hard. Scud, the disposable assassin, also for the Saturn. And just off the top of my head, just a lot of these broken hard games, though. What gets me is that they look like they could be fun. Looks like they have some potential, but it doesn't end up being frustrating.
I'll tell you one that for as visually appealing that I thought was going to be awesome, and then when I tried it, it was not. Dragon's Lair. Did y'all ever try to play Dragon's Lair in the arcade?
Never tried. It looks like it'd be.
If you hate money, Dragon's Lair is for you because it will chew your quarters up as quickly as possible.
That hard, huh? Damn.
It's like an interactive cartoon, but you have to know when to hit the thing and when to hit the joystick.
Oh yeah, I played that one.
It's insane difficult.
Dirk Daring, right?
Yeah, and it's you can get the version for the Wii. It's next to nothing, and you can experience all of that, and it's fun. It's a cool cartoon to watch, but it's not
you actually
fun to
play
play
it though. Yeah,
right.
Gotcha. All right. I hate when that happens. Looks like to be fun and they're not.
Yeah, that's one of the Laserdisc games. Yeah,
Right.
I've played that one.
Okay. Isn't
So
there
go
like
ahead,
one
Bob.
that takes place in space too?
Yeah, Space
Space
Ace.
Ace.
Okay. Same premise. Broken
Same.
heart and. Okay.
Yeah, it's like those Laserdisc games. Those are so tough.
Well, that's because that's what they were meant to do. They were meant to chew on quarters and
Yeah,
let you try to see the next piece of the cartoon.
like Us versus Them. Another one of them Laserdisc or motion video games.
Mm-hmm.
That was a hard one too.
Gotcha. There was one more Broken Heart one, I think, but well, let me ask you guys this: do arcade games count? I mean, those are kind of a different beast because, I mean, they're meant to
if
steal
it's-
your
if
money.
It's so hard and it's not fun. Then yeah, I think it counts.
Oh, geez. I mean, back in the day, this is maybe a little controversial opinion, but I mean, Mortal Kombat 3, that was 75 cents when it first came out, and it was crazy difficult. So, I mean, do you think that would count in some ways for this topic?
Well, I don't. I mean, it's that'd be just a difficult game that would still be
Yeah.
good. I don't think it's broken. I think it is probably
Okay.
crazy hard, and it probably wasn't worth the 75 cents. But that's just my opinion. I mean,
As soon as you learn the moves,
Mm-hmm.
it gets easy. But I don't know any moves, so it's still hard for me.
Yeah. Maybe that was
I
it.
think
That
I've
was.
even played it.
It's been years since I played that one. Years.
I played the first one, maybe even the second one, but not the third one.
God, Mr. Sub just down the street from my high school. That's after school. That's where we'd be for like an hour.
Mhm.
We got a Mr. Sub. And Joliet.
Good old Joliet.
so
Yeah.
what about games that y'all think they have potential to be good if somebody would have remade them and made them not so difficult? The
Oh,
top
man.
I've already touched the top of my list is Battletoads. The
I would love to see
concept is
Castlevania
awesome.
2
The humor is
remade.
awesome.
Yeah, I was gonna say Castlevania series 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah,
LP,
number 2.
HD
That'd be great.
and redone and all like just one disc.
I think if Castlevania 2, if they wouldn't lie to you, if the villagers wouldn't lie to you, and you actually could have gone through the game, and there weren't so many like the false floors, where you just it looked like a floor, but you're walking along and you just fall. If there wasn't so much of that, I think it would have been fun.
Yeah, definitely.
But I hate that game. So
There's another one. I have a list here of games that I think would benefit from a good old-fashioned remake with a little
What's it
bit,
doing?
Oh yeah, so Ghosts and Goblins. You guys played those before?
Yeah.
I have that. Yeah.
Okay,
Oh.
so they kind of did a remake for them for the PlayStation 2. I believe it were called Maximo, the Maximo series. Is that familiar?
Was it? Yeah, I mean, it was Arthur. What? No, was it Arthur? Anyways, it's the same. It was from Capcom.
Yeah,
was
like
it, I
get
never
hit a bunch
played
of times in
Maximo.
your
Was it
boxer
the same
shorts.
game or?
Well, you get hit a bunch of times. You're fighting around your boxer shorts, right? Same.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, you
Yeah,
get hit one time in Ghosts and Goblins.
Yeah,
Using
Ghosts and
your
Goblins was a lot harder. They sort of remade them to be a little bit more easy in the Maximo series. But it's still, a couple hits, you're dead. So that's a remake gone wrong, honestly.
I've got to get a new PS2 because mine broke. The cat broke it.
I hate when that happens.
Cat was standing on top of it, so I had to jump off the TV, and I went flying off the TV with the cat.
Yeah, I think Ghosts and Goblins with if somebody if they remade it just as the 2D style that it is and just eased up on some of that difficulty, gave you some more power ups, or maybe not power ups, but health replenishes. I think
Yeah.
I mean the controls are good. It's not. I mean, there's nothing wrong with the game other than it's just brutal. The enemies come in at odd angles, then they're hard to hit. It's just brutally difficult, and then takes the fun out of it.
Isn't there like you only have one attack, right? You like throw. It's been years. You like throw a spear or a javelin or something.
Yeah, you throw that javelin, then the next power up you get the fire, I think, and then you get the knife.
Okay.
Is that right? Or is it the knife then the fire? And then somewhere along the way you get a shield that shoots like a magic cross shield thing.
But like one hit, you're in your boxers. Next hit, you're a goner.
Your bones.
Your
You're dead.
bones. You're Mr. Bones.
Yeah, you run around in your underwear.
Yeah, which is fine. But I mean, not if it means because that game had like no continues. Once you're out of lives, you're back to square one, right?
I think so.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
I'm fairly certain, man. I don't know if there's any continues or not. It's been
Okay.
that game's so difficult. I mean, I haven't played it in years. So
Yeah. So
Yeah,
what about some other ones that can be remade to be more user friendly and not so broken?
I was looking up. They're doing a remaster of Darkwing Duck.
Oh,
they're
That is,
remastering it?
yeah, it looks like Mashable just had an article. I just read it real quick, just right now. So
I'm in, like a game.
yeah,
Awesome.
for PS4, Xbox, and all that. But Darkwing Duck, that is a hard game.
so I've heard.
It's
Is
doable.
It's
It's like on the Mega Man level hard. It's
Yeah.
doable.
Okay.
it's a Disney game that's wholesome, but try to play that game without swearing. Try.
It definitely takes some practice. I'll tell you one that I was really excited for, and I started playing it, and like the very beginning, I pick up a broken bottle and I'm gonna stab somebody with it. So I'm in right now. You know, we're the bar fight.
Oh yeah.
Double Dragon 3. Double Dragon 2 is very doable. Double Dragon is the first one is doable. Double Dragon 3 is brutal. It's like you're not gonna if you make it past the first level, you're better than I am. It made me I put it down and quit playing it because it is brutal.
Jeez, that bad, huh?
But like the controls are good. It's a fun game. It just the guys take so many hits and you take so few hits that it's just tough.
Well,
Yeah.
see, this is where we kind of we start to the line starts to blur between like just a good challenge and a broken challenge.
Right.
And based on what you described, sounds like a more of a broken challenge to me.
Well, no, I don't think like Bayou Billy is the controls are not that good. Like you have to hit the A and B button together to jump, and it just wasn't real responsive. And it is broken. Double Dragon 3 has potential to be really fun. Like the first little bit of it when you're getting the control or getting the hang of it, it's fun to get to learn how to do. But it gets so hard so fast that I quit playing it. I think it would benefit a re-release where things were not so difficult.
Gotcha. Very cool.
Hey, Ryder's in the chat just to let you know. He says, "What's up, guys?"
What's up?
What is going on? What's his name?
Ryder.
Hey, Ryder.
Oh well, you weren't in the
Port Pro.
Don't keep up with the chat.
He just recently got the NWC cart. And
He's internet famous now.
he is.
Ooh, internet.
And stadium events 3 years ago. But you got both games.
Don't tell that to Turf. He'll be a little.
I'm a little jealous. I ain't gonna lie.
Well, $50 in a box for stadium events, and it had like Mega Man 5 in there and a bunch of high titles, all for $50.
Jesus.
But he gave the stadium events for our friend Billy McDonald to help with his son's medical bills. So anything, all the donations from that game on eBay went to him to help out his son.
That is a class act. That is. That's what it's all about.
He got that in 2013, and he just started collecting too. And actually, that's where I actually met Ryder, was at Retropalooza, and that was maybe like a month or two right after that. That's when he found the game.
Huh.
Or is it gotta be consistent and persistent? Yeah.
And now he just won one of those game wheels, the NWC cart. I don't know how much he spent. I know it's very little.
It was less than $10,000.
Yeah, it was probably less than 100 too. But yeah, he has that game now, and the controller that goes with it.
Oh, forgot about the controller.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. Yeah. It's gorgeous.
Didn't know it came with a special controller. That's cool.
And he originally wanted to go for a full set, but he just stopped pursuing it. So I mean, he had the two hardest games right there.
We're all like, lucky son of a gun.
Yeah, he deserves it. He's a good guy.
Man, I put all my stuff.
We're all good guys.
We were talking about on VGCollect.com on the forums there. We were an excellent place to to catalog your collection and keep up with fellow gamers like yourself.
Oh.
VGCollect.com. Anyways, we were talking about that on there. There's the VGPC video game price charting has a tool now to price your collection.
All right.
And curiosity got me today. So I did the export on VG Collect into Excel, and then I sent that over, just copied and pasted that right into the price charting tool. I'm ready to sell. Prices are high.
Remodel your kitchen, pay off a car, you know.
I could go buy a brand new pickup.
Yeah.
And not even bat an eye.
Yep.
So yeah, it was sickening. So if anybody's looking to buy an entire collection for full market value, hit me up.
You can find them on Twitter at OPP Podcast.
I tell you what, it is hard some days, like having some of these games. Like, you know, I could probably sell some of these. I have no emotional attachment to them, but like I want to give these to the kids too when you know, they get older and they can do what they want with them.
Yeah,
Not me, man. Not me. My Samson and my Flintstones and the original Contra that I had are going to be stuffed into my Play Choice 10 and buried with me. I'm going to be buried in my Play Choice 10. So,
Hey, Mo just came up to the side of me. Why don't you say hi?
hey, Mo, you lovely lady.
Let me see that fierce bitch real quick.
Hi guys, how you doing?
There she is.
What's up?
Work. You're looking fierce.
How are ya?
Oh, okay. I just threw it up. How you guys doing? What's going on?
Not much. How are you, girl?
Doing good. Doing good. Trying
Look
to.
lovely.
Oh well, thank you. Yeah, no, trying to get Scotty to sleep. He won't go to sleep. So.
I'm still
Benadryl.
recovering. Still recovering
Benadryl.
from last Thursday's loss.
What happened last Thursday?
Blackhawks lost.
Oh,
Sports ball, blah, blah, blah.
you see, I have that mental block. Try not to think about it.
I was watching the game during the podcast. I'm like, at one point I take off the jersey. Like, God damn it.
My sister
Charles
and
was stripping
brother-in-law are
the camera.
huge fans, so they're huge fans. They were really tore up about it. But what's new?
Oh, not much. Not much. Just living the dream and podcasting our little hearts out, and now looking at your gorgeous face. So life doesn't get much better.
Oh well, thank you. You're gonna make me blush.
You were a model, aren't you? A model at some point,
Oh no, actually, I was too fat.
girl. The modeling industry is bogus anyway.
I
But
know.
I tell people that I know a model. So
Dude, you were like the most charming person I've ever met. That was incredible.
I was a model at one time.
Charles, come on now.
I was about 6-7 months old.
Are you for real?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He was the Gerber baby.
I can actually see that. I've seen baby pictures of him and that face.
I was modeling this little baby, you know, onesie jumper thing.
That's so hot.
I got it. It's
Yeah,
my
we got
parents
that
got
picture.
it at home. I gotta scan it.
Yeah, you do.
What
That
are
needs
you
to be
doing?
a
You
Facebook picture
don't
for
use it
sure.
ever. You gotta use it for that sort of thing.
Yeah, I should post those my baby pictures. I got my Facebook onto the our parents' basement Facebook page. So we should all do that. Post our-
We'll see.
no, you don't want to put a little baby cash up on there.
I mean, I was a cute baby. Don't get me wrong, but I mean, come on, we got a modicum of privacy.
Do it. Right.
Come on, I've got a little picture of me. I've got a big old can of old style.
Oh, I know. I seen that one.
Old style.
Yeah.
That's a,
Oh, I seen that picture. That one's great.
I was like 2 years old, can of old style.
You're in a high chair, right? Weren't you?
I'm sitting on the floor.
That's what it was. You're in the.
Wasn't every like 80s kid has a picture of a parent holding in their hand? I think everyone does.
Yeah. If you
I'm
go
sure
to-
I do.
Chicago thing. That's just y'all up there.
I'm a child. There's some unflattering pictures of me with stuff in my hands and whatnot.
Hey,
So-
in Chicago, we started drinking beer at a young age. When Old Style went back to Kreuzening, I reminded back to when I was like 5 years old. This tastes bad. Like I'm 5. I remember this taste.
Bless it.
It's awful.
But it's true.
All right.
You start drinking at such a young age. I figured you're in the South. You'd be drinking like moonshine and
No, man.
whiskey.
It's I was raised on the dairy. It was still milk and cookies for this guy.
Which is good too.
RC cola and a moon pie.
Oh
moon
God,
pies
moon
are
pies.
No, they're amazing.
We didn't start drinking heavily until college, maybe high school in a field somewhere. But
Sure. So you gotta like you started a little more mature in your drinking.
yeah, I wasn't watching Sesame Street while I was doing it.
Hey, that's what we do in Chicago. Come on.
Give me an Italian beef and the snorks.
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 God damn it.
Hey, it was
Selling them all
Thundercats.
this
Come on.
Oh,
Give
my
me
goodness.
an MGD and the Smurfs.
Hey. It was old style, a pack of Newports, an Italian beef, and Thundercats. Come on, that was kindergarten.
And a bottle of Malort.
My lord.
Yeah.
Is that what it's called?
No.
That
That's-
nasty liqueur?
That's more Chicago proper.
Is it more Chicago?
Yeah.
Okay.
The hipsters made it popular.
Ew.
I'm going to give you guys back to Eric. Scotty is calling me. So it was nice talking with
It
you
was nice
guys.
talking
Same here.
You too, beautiful.
Have a good
See you
night.
soon.
See you soon.
Good night.
You too.
Oh Lord.
And she is a doll face.
Now the watching people leave now because Mo's off of there.
Okay.
Yeah. We had some eye candy and now it's gone.
Yeah, we jumped up a little bit and then
It's up. She's gone. Eric's
We-
back on.
we
We
had,
don't wanna
like-
watch that guy.
We were up to like 200 viewers for a second there, then now it's back down 5.
Man, if only someday.
Lost a viewer.
Someday. I forgot what we were talking about.
we were talking about hard games.
Oh, right. Thank you.
Then we got to talking about making Everclear punching coolers.
That sounds kind of good, actually.
Sometimes those hard games you need to drink.
Yeah.
Oh, and it goes
True
full circle.
story.
You see that full circle?
Yeah, that's how we do. Well, let me ask you guys this real quick then. When it comes to a hard game, do you feel bad about using cheat codes or game genies or things like that?
I don't fucking care. Cheating,
No.
cheat codes, who cares?
All right. Eric, I saw you say no as well.
No,
Yeah.
the game was programmed to have codes and use the codes.
All right.
And I use the walkthrough sometimes, Hey, come on.
Right on. Right on.
When I was a kid, the first Zelda game, I didn't know about the second quest. I knew about the first quest. I knew when I beat the first quest, I saw the sword, and I
Mhm.
knew stuff was different, but I didn't know you could walk through walls.
Huh.
So that level
I still didn't
2,
know.
I didn't know you can walk through the wall to get to the flute to go beyond.
I'll tell you what.
Huh.
I'm gonna give y'all a confession. I was grown. I was a grown man. I may have been out of college before I beat the first Zelda.
Nothing
Nothing wrong with that.
That's
Nothing wrong with that.
I never had my first
You call yourself a gamer.
my own copy of Zelda until maybe like sometime in the past 10 years.
Well, and I'll tell y'all why. Because I didn't have the first Zelda. I got Zelda 2, and that's when I saw Zelda. I was expecting Zelda 2, and I just never. I got the first one and then just put it in the back of the closet. And never played it.
You were just asked
Mhm.
backwards. What the hell?
It is. I know it is, but to this day I beat Zelda 2 before I beat Zelda 1. That game's
Wow.
difficult.
I tell you what, I just played Zelda 2 not too long ago. I actually gave it a chance because my son was messing around with it. He was like, I'm going to try playing this. And I got addicted. I started playing till 3 a.m. 3 a.m. in the morning I was playing till. And then I finished the next day and beat it.
It's fun, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not bad. I thought it was terrible at first. And then once I actually played it, it's like, this isn't bad. I like this.
If you give it a chance, it is a good game. People are like, it's not Zelda, it's not fun. It's a good game. I thoroughly enjoy it. It's difficult. It's not that hard until you get to the end. Once you get to the end of the game, then it ramps up immediately.
I mean, you still got to get items. You still got to learn some special moves.
Mm-hmm.
I still got a little bit of the same effect in the first one. It's getting the items, but it's just a little bit different.
Have you
All
played Battle of Olympus?
Oh God, yeah, hard game. Good Lord.
It's it's very similar to Zelda 2. So
I played Zelda 2 as well. I never played I very briefly touched the first Zelda, but my story is actually similar to yours, Turf. I played Zelda 2 before I played, or The Adventures of Link, whatever, before I played the original Legend of Zelda. And I thought all Zeldas were like that, like side-scrolling, jumping,
right.
that whole thing.
I was like, man, it's we left that old Zelda in the past. This is the new hot stuff. We just leave the old Zelda back where it is, and I never played it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And Olympus was hard. Now that would be a great game to see remade, like with a little bit more fairness.
Right. Well, it's still a fun game.
Stuff.
It's not too bad. It's just it's very Zelda 2-ish, and if you like Zelda 2, give that one a shot.
Yep.
Yeah, but as far as cheat devices, absolutely, man. I have had a Game Genie. I enjoy the Game Genie.
Yeah.
Not so much anymore because I have Retron 5 that has all those codes built in that you can just click them on and off instead of having to put in the codes tediously. But yeah, I cheat to win. If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. My pappy always said.
Turf, especially speaking of Retron 5, do you have issues with lag with Super Nintendo games and Nintendo games?
Not at all.
Because we played Donkey Kong Country and there's such a lag on the system now. I don't know if it's because I had high def and the scaling was up. We kind of brought it down a little bit and it helped, but still not enough to. It's like you push the button, then he jumps. Push the button, then he jumps.
No, I haven't tried Donkey Kong Country on that because I have a Retron 5 and I do have a Super Nintendo hooked up that I play because there are some. I guess there is a little bit of lag. My gauge that I put in Mario 1 went to try to gauge the lag on stuff. Like I did that with the NES Classic and I did it with I guess my TV because I'm pretty decent at Mario 1 at speedrunning the first level, and that's how I can always tell if it's a little bit off, I mess up. So, but I haven't tried that one. Most of the games that I played on my Retron 5 weren't games that I was good at before. They're it's new games. It's stuff that I'm learning how to play on that, so it doesn't mess with the timing. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I actually saw a hack that you just need one game for the Retron 5, and then you can play all the games for Nintendo, all the games for Super Nintendo, just by loading the ROMs on there.
Yeah, so I saw that. And one thing I don't like about the Retron 5 is if you put in like one copy of, say, Super Punch-Out, and then you're playing it, and then you put in a different copy, you can't go back to the original save games on this copy. Does that make sense? The saved games from the first one will always be on there.
Why would you do that?
Because I have lots of games. Okay,
I got 10 copies of Super Punch-Out. Which one should I use?
No, I'll tell you how I found that out. I was playing Super Punch-Out, and then I picked up my copy of The Death and Return of Superman. So I picked it up, and I'd just gotten this. I'm ready to play it. So I put it in, slap that thing in there, and it loads up Super Punch-Out. I said, "Excuse me?" So I took it out, and I put Super Punch-Out back in. It loaded back up. I put Superman back in, and it loaded Punch-Out up again. I said, this thing's broken. So I got another game and stuck it in there, and it loaded the other game up just fine. So I took it apart. Somebody had swapped the board of my Death and Return of Superman with because I bought it at Retropalooza 3. Yeah. I bought it secondhand somewhere. It was at one of the Retropaloozas, and I got home and it was Super Punch-Out on the inside. And sure enough, it's a legit Super Punch-Out board right there in the middle of my Death and Return.
Who in the hell did that?
Well,
yeah, that's kind of rude.
They're pretty evenly priced games, which is odd.
They weren't
It'd be
testing
different
their
if I opened it up and it was Madden 95.
Well, whoever the seller wasn't testing their games.
No, they didn't. And I wish I could have remembered who it was, but I don't remember who I bought it from.
Was it a vendor or just he did?
It was a vendor.
Oh, okay.
It was a vendor.
Huh. Interesting.
Can't trust anyone.
Yeah,
I think they just didn't test it. I don't think anybody did anything malicious because they didn't have any problem selling it to me.
Well, if it was like Madden 94 in there, I'm sure he'd be pretty pissed.
Right. Well, yeah. I think if it had been Madden 94 in there, I think that would have been somebody doing something shady, like a reproduction label on a different game or something.
Yeah.
But being a legit copy or legit board for Super Punch-Out, it just seemed weird. What I figured kind of happened, like back in the day, people allegedly would rent the games from Blockbuster, and if they wanted to keep them, they would swap the boards out and take it back.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, you still had to have that bit. That bit was hard to get.
Well, you can use a Bic pen. If you heat it up with a lighter, you can jam it down in there with it when it's hot and unscrew them.
Yeah, but how many people would actually do that?
Did you do that?
No, I didn't. I didn't. Once again, I couldn't even operate a lighter until I was grown. So that's
I wasn't technologically savvy at that time.
no. And I didn't know how these things worked.
Yeah.
I didn't know there was a board in there. It could have been like it was microchips, and it was the early '90s, and microchips were scary
Yeah.
and fancy.
And microchips could destroy the world if you had.
Yeah, I mean, there was a technology in there to launch the nuclear arsenal.
Oh, let's play a thermonuclear war.
It's still that way. The U.S. Missile, I think the missile defense system, or all the ICBMs, they're still run off of 10-inch floppy disks.
There's no way that's true. There's absolutely no way that's true.
It's so antiquated and it still works. It's still run off of those 10-inch floppy disks.
By the way,
I find that hard to believe.
Ortbro asked, or Ryder asked if any of y'all are going to Super BitCon. I am not going.
Yeah, I can't go this
I'm
year.
not.
I've got
I'll
other
have to
things.
go there someday, though.
Well,
I
Mark
went
Summers
last
from
year.
Double Dare is going to be there.
I know that's kind of cool too.
Yeah, I'd like to talk to him just to shoot the shit about that show.
I got to talk to last year Mark Trammell, the dude that made NBA Jam, and
Oh, okay.
he was there. I got to talk to him for a little bit, and that was pretty cool.
Huh.
I kind of wish I would have gone. I'm kind of having second
Regret?
thoughts about not going. A little regret for not planning on going, but it just didn't happen.
I would go if money wasn't so tight right now.
I thought that already happened. That's the one in Oklahoma, right?
That's Oklahoma City. It's this weekend.
Oh, it's this weekend.
It
Oh, I
starts
guess it's still
Saturday.
technically April. So then, yeah, you're right.
It's
Never
it's
been
a good
to,
time. They put on the
Oklahoma before. That'd be
Gamers
cool.
Society guys put on a good show. It's all the RGS guys put that one on. Yeah, I know he's not active on the forums really anymore, but Darko from VG Collect is one of the
Oh,
guys
yeah, I
that
remember
puts it
that.
on.
I don't think I ever interacted with him, but seems cool.
As his name's David, he's one of the guys that helps run it. So he's a good
Okay.
dude.
Cool.
Yeah, me and Mo went. Was it the second year? I think it was the second year we went. And we were actually we had a panel with Ryder and Patrick Scott Patterson, and he was our what was it? How to make it in the YouTube or online community, or where to start, kind of thing.
We might learn a thing or two from that one.
Yeah, just talked about come up with a name for the channel and make business cards, advertise.
Yeah, we got our name.
Promote yourself.
Get it out
We
there.
got business cards.
Yeah.
So
Get T-shirts made. We threw out some free T-shirts at that
we
panel.
should do T-shirts, you guys. That'd be fun.
And
With
Billy
all our
McDonald,
faces.
if you find him on Facebook, Billy McDonald makes T-shirts.
You can say, I know a T-shirt guy.
Yep.
He'll do you right.
All right. Anything else you guys want to add to this topic before we wrap it up for the evening?
Oh, we're wrapping up already?
I know time flies when you have technical difficulties.
Yeah, we've been going an hour, dude.
Time flies when you're having fun.
Oh yeah. Well, it doesn't look like we have anything else. Oops, I just hit the wrong button.
What
But
you
I'm still
do?
here. Cool. This is why you can't keyboards touching things. Anyways, focus, Philip.
Bad touch.
Turf. Can you tell our viewers and our listeners where they can listen to this episode and to other episodes of Our Parents' Basement?
Absolutely, Philip.
Thank you.
I short can.
Back to you,
Hey, if you
Turf.
like this episode, coming in on the news wire. If you like this episode of Our Parents' Basement, you can look right over here. There's a whole bunch more. There's like 53 other episodes of this, and 2 more of those episodes. So that would be like 4% of those episodes, maybe a little less, contain Eric that was with us tonight. So you can check out all those episodes and hang out with us, and it's all a blast. The real good part of this is we have an audio only version of this podcast that's on all those places you can download a podcast. iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, iHeartRadio, your mom's fish tank, just wherever you can get it.
Oh, Mama's fish tank.
you can check those out. If you want to interact with us, we're at OPB Podcast on Twitter. We're Facebook.com/OPB Podcast. Give us a thumbs up. Give us a like. Give us a follow. Whatever you do on all these social medias. Give us some comments down in the comment section of the YouTube videos. We love it. If you download the podcast, make sure you give us a thumbs up and some of those 5-star ratings because we're begging for it. But that's it, folks. Hit us up. Talk to us. Enjoy it. Thank y'all for watching. I appreciate it.
Good night.
Thank you all for joining us. Eric, thanks for coming on again. Always a pleasure to have you. You are welcome anytime in the basement.
Yes, thank you.
And yeah, it was lots of fun as usual. Hate that it's over already. So we will see you guys next week with a new episode.
Later. Good night.